Hi, hello everybody. We hope that you are having an amazing evening and you are preparing well enough for your placements. And as Nasif
Hmm.
said, we hope that you are safe and secure because
Yeah.
really tough times are going on. So make sure you are, paying a heed towards your health as well. All right, guys. So this session is all about TCS. We know that you have been waiting for another TCS session and another TCS opportunities along the line and what are the things that are there, right? So today we have Nasif with us. Okay, Nasif, we
Yeah.
will be starting the session within a minute or so. Meanwhile,
Okay.
the
Okay.
audience will be joining. Also, Nasif,
Uh,
meanwhile, can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
okay. So, hi guys. My name is Nasif Arafat. I am from Hazaribagh, Jharkhand. So, I did my schooling from Saint Xavier's School, Hazaribagh. I got 9.8 CGPA in my 10th, 86.2 percentage in my 12th standard, and currently I'm a final year student, and I'm doing computer science engineering from Vidya College of Engineering, Delhi NCR. It's in Meerut actually. So I have my technical skill, like I have invested my last 3.5 years in getting knowledge about tech software as well as web technologies. So my technical skill include C, C++, Java, Python. Coming to my web development skill, I am very much familiar about HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. Like I have a very good idea about designing part, so I had a very interest on designing part. So I had like Photoshop skill, Illustrator, as well as Figma for UI UX. So with all this skill, I had worked with several other startup, so to gain more knowledge about it, like to know more company exposure. So I guess that's it for from my side. Yeah.
Okay, amazing, Nasif.
Yeah.
Very impressive as well.
Yeah.
So basically, you're
Yeah.
more towards the web development part, right? And dealing with the
Yeah.
UI UX segment of
Yeah.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
business, and and you mentioned
Yes.
that you worked with some startups as well, right? So basically, you
Yeah.
had internships with you, and you are currently doing BTech from
BTech,
CSE, right?
final year. Like I just had my 7th sem exam 2 days back. Like 7
Okay.
semester completed.
Okay, so basically you
Uh,
are going to be a 2022 pass out,
yeah,
and you're from Vidya College of Engineering at Delhi NCR,
Meerut.
Meerut, right?
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
right.
sounds amazing. All right. So, guys, Nasif got placed in TCS. He also have an offer from Wipro, but today we wanted to go
Yeah.
live for TCS with Nasif. Okay, in order to know
Okay.
what are the things that are there, is there any change in TCS pattern or the hiring
Mm-hmm.
pattern? Are there any new question to stumble upon and all those things? All right. Also, guys, we know you might be having some questions regarding other things, whether like fintech companies will be hiring or not, and about InfyTQ or any other thing. Okay, don't worry, we'll have a Q&A session at the end of this interview experience session,
Mm-hmm.
and we will answer your doubts or queries or issues, whatever things you have, me and Nasif both. All right, so
Yeah.
stick around till the very end for the Q&A session. Meanwhile, we will discuss all about TCS, the hiring pattern, what was there in the exam, what was there in the interview, all throughout the session. All right, so starting the session, let's start with the basic
Yeah.
thing first, Nasif. Okay,
Okay.
like you're a 2022 pass out student, right? So
Yeah.
how
Right.
you got to know about TCS? Because a lot of
Um.
students they are very interested to get in TCS. So how you got to know about TCS?
Okay, so what I noticed is like people are getting information from Telegram channels and other stuff. So what I did was like I followed Prep Insta from its Instagram page. Like that's the genuine page where we got the knowledge, and a simple link can lead to registration page, right? So I got to know about
Yeah,
it
yeah.
from Prep Instagram ID only. Like I got to
Hmm.
know about it, and then I applied from there. Yeah.
Well, basically that's the thing, right? So guys,
Huh.
this is one of the like very important pointer for you guys to know. In
Hmm.
order to apply to drives, you need to first of all have an awareness of which companies are hiring as of now. So
Hmm.
to get aware and to know about what are the job opportunities that are going on, make sure you're following us on all the social media platforms, and if not all the social media platforms, at least Instagram. We know that you are browsing through
Hmm.
Instagram daily, we know that you are watching
Yeah.
reels daily. So a 1 minute post won't do you any, won't bother you that much, right? And things are very
Exactly.
simple. We have all the links, all the latest job opportunities in our bio, the link that is there in our bio. You just need to click on that, then it will show you the opportunities that are there. Then select any opportunity you want, and it will directly lead you to registration page. There is no spammy thing like landing you to another website page or something like that or other
No
website. No,
advertisement.
no, nothing, guys. It's totally for you to keep the valuable information right in front of you. All right. So Nasif, you got to know about TCS through our Instagram, right?
Instagram
And
page, yeah, right.
you applied via TCS NQT, right?
Yeah, I applied via TCS NQT. One more thing, like there are many companies who are getting job openings. So in Telegram, we generally get spam, right? So in Instagram page, what I love the most was like only the top MNCs, like the companies who are worth applying, like TCS, Wipro, Apple. So these are the only companies whose advertisement or like whose job openings are giving with a clear CTC and everything. So you don't need to like go and apply in thousands of company and waste your time out there. So that's it. So like
Yeah,
coming to
you can
the,
select as per your eligibility,
yeah,
right? Yeah. So
so
please continue.
yeah, so I got I guess I got the subscription of like Prep Insta. I called them and a mentor guided me to get the subscription from there. And I was like, that's the only, like I had no source of studying for preparing myself, right? So I went to Prep Insta. A friend suggested me last year. He got placed, so he suggested me, and I followed that step. I called a mentor on their calling number, and they properly guided me in a very good way that you can take the prime membership or something like that. So that was the study material. I got
Okay.
it in
So
August.
let's
Yeah.
do it segregation wise so that audience will get to know.
Cool.
First of all, coming to the part of how you got to know about TCS exam. You got
Yeah.
to know it from our Instagram page that
Hmm.
TCS in QT is going on and TCS will be hiring 2022 batch,
Yeah.
right? And you went
Right.
on and you applied to it. And it was
Yeah.
around what time? Can you tell the time?
I applied it around September, like 15 September. No, 15 September was my exam date. I applied
I
it
suppose in
around end of
August.
August. Yeah, end
Okay.
of August.
And I suppose and by the way, guys, just letting you all know, Nasif
Huh.
is already a Prime subscriber, and that's why he
Yeah.
wanted to come live on our YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to help people out because we did something for Nasif, and Nasif wanted to do something in return to the community.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nasif already had a subscription, Propensa Prime subscription, at the starting of August because he knew that there will be placements, so
Hmm.
he need to get prepared. And how he got that, it's a very good story. Nasif basically called us on our number 844
Yeah.
because Nasif, I suppose you had the same query like when will TCS will
Like,
start hiring and
yeah,
how to prepare
yeah,
for it, right?
exactly.
Okay, so our mentors, and by the way, we have a very cool mentor team. And
Hmm.
anybody, if you have any query regarding Accenture, Wipro, or Goldman Sachs, or like Hacker Earth or anything, you can just call us
Hmm.
on our number 844 The number will be there in the chat section and ask us anything related to placement or your job.
Hmm.
Okay, and that's how he got his Prime subscription. So,
Yeah.
Nasif, coming to the part that you applied for TCS NQT, and by the way,
Yeah.
did you get a mail that your exam will be very soon?
Yeah, I got a mail, like in that mail it was written that not the exact date, it was for the DRC, like a dry run check was it started. Like I got a mail for a dry run check,
Yeah.
then
Okay.
on around 7 September, and I had
Yeah.
that dry run check on my system. My system was capable of doing it, and then the date, like my exam was on 15 September. I got to know about it, like the exam is on 15 September. So like I had like 2 3 days, or like I knew the exam was on 15 September. So like I had enough time to prepare myself. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So
Huh.
basically, you know that there will be DRC and IRC, and I suppose you already posted about these things as well on our
Huh.
Instagram, so that you people will know it beforehand. All right. So there was this DRC and IRC check that you did on
Hmm.
your computer on your laptop, right?
On my
On your
system, yeah.
desktop or your desktop or on your laptop,
Yeah.
and you everything was fine. And then you got to know that your exam is going to be on 15th September, right?
15 September,
So
right.
between this particular time, like by the end of August to the mid of September, how you prepared for TCS? What was it,
Okay.
the strategy that you followed, and how you
Uh-huh.
prepared for the whole exam?
So I prepared, like I had a prime member subscription of NQT program only. Like I watch the section wise is the section is divided in Prep Insta page. Like if you will go and select the companies, so for different companies you have like different opportunities. Like the code is really focused, like the courses or the syllabus is really focused there. So I went to TCS NQT part and watched all the mock test. I gave almost I covered almost every mock test which was present there. The programming, the verbal ability, the reasoning part, programming logic, I covered almost everything there, and that's how I prepared for it. Yeah.
Okay, so anything in particular, like you had aptitude week or coding week, so you focus that there as well.
No.
Because Nasif,
uh,
there are users
huh.
who are watching this video who might be having problem with aptitude, who might be having problem with coding. So we need to
Hmm.
elaborate a bit much, right? So
Okay.
those users will understand.
So the verbal ability part, verbal ability was my strong point, was my very strong point. Like I was comfortable in verbal ability and the coding part. So the numerical ability was little weak for me. So I had like and the reasoning was okay for me. So I had covered everything like the profit and loss. Like I didn't had any other thing rather than the prep insta one, because they had shortcuts also for different things, they had formulas. So by covering just that, you will get a very good idea how to like go for verbal ability as well as reasoning and numerical ability also. Yeah.
Okay, and what about the coding part?
The coding, I had my hands on the coding, so we had two
Okay.
coding question and the programming logic, so I was very comfortable with it.
Okay, so we
Like
will we will come to the exam part now.
haha.
But first of
Yeah.
all, like Nasif, do you have any tips for any for a person who doesn't have any knowledge in coding? Like they are starting
uh,
right now to learn coding. What you think, whether they can get placed in TCS Wipro or not?
Easily, like if you are if you are just starting the coding, even then you have a chance that you can but like, it's not very complex, like the coding question is not very complex at TCS or at the any other MNC or any other interview which I gave. So that is something very basic. Like if you will start, I guess within a month you will be able to crack interviews if you are good at it, like if you do it with full dedication, right? So like even in interview they asked like very basic question, so I'll cover the interview portion, like what program they asked me and what else. So yeah, you can do it easily.
Okay, all right. So guys,
Yeah.
this is one of the most important tips for anybody who's watching this session. You can start preparing right now. Okay,
Yeah.
even if you haven't prepared till now, there will be opportunities in the upcoming days and you can prepare. Okay, we will discuss
Hmm.
more about it thoroughly at the end of the session. Meanwhile, let's just focus on TCS, right? So Nasif,
Okay.
coming to the exam part, right? The day
Okay.
of the exam, how did it go? What was the
Haha.
platform it was on and everything? Like please
Okay.
let us know.
Like TCS was my first exam which I was giving as a 2022 pass out. So I was like little nervous at the beginning of the exam, that how the question will go and the internet connection, that will it support me or not, like will it help ultimately. So I guess TCS has some really cool technique to avoid plagiarism or any other cheating method. So what they have is like they have a timer depending upon the question, like a timer will be moving like some out on the upper screen. So as soon as the question appears, the timer begins and you have to solve the question within that time, and you can't shift on the questions, like you can't go to next section and then come back again to previous section. So that was like a good thing, I guess, for someone who is confident enough and preparing himself for the interview, like he has worked on himself rather than someone who has just cheated or palgar who just send pictures and to their friends out there. So if you are good, like you if you are preparing very well, you need to prepare yourself very well before going to the interview. So you can't be dependent on the luck, like I'll cheat or something like that. So for TCS, especially for TCS, this is a tip that you should be ready to face any question. Like yeah, and I guess we don't have any negative marks, so you need to like attempt any question. A small tip, like as soon as the question begins, instantly click on any option and then try to solve it, because the timer gets completed and you are not able to solve that question. Yeah.
All
So
right. So
we
basically,
have
the whole game was of
mm,
timer, right? So there was
yeah, the
timer
whole
with every question, right? And
uh,
by the way, around what time you started your exam and what was the whole duration of that particular exam?
I don't remember the exact duration. Like it was around 2 to 3 hours, I guess. Like there was verbal ability, 24 question at verbal ability, 30 question for reasoning. Total 180 minutes. Yeah, 92
180 minute,
question and
right?
180 minutes. Right.
Okay, 92 question, 180 minute.
Yeah.
And by the way, like, so there was, it was a 3 hour exam. And by the way,
Hmm.
there was any, yeah, like intersection or intra-section navigation possible. Like you can
No,
go to
no, no,
question two, question three right away, and then come
no,
back to question one.
no, 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 no. Like
You
once the
have to go
question,
stepwise, right?
yeah, yeah, I had to go stepwise.
Okay, so there
So
was no intersection and intra-section navigation.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, all right, no problem. So, guys, this is
yeah,
one thing you should also know. Okay, so people who are like, I'll solve coding section first, then I'll
huh,
move to aptitude. It's not like that. You need to
uh,
go step by step. All right.
yeah. So,
Okay.
first of all, like it started with verbal ability with 24 question. They had question related to English grammar and fill in the blanks and related to verbal ability, like how good your communication is, like all the basic question regarding English you have. Okay. So 24 question was there, and then the next was reasoning, I guess. Yeah, we had 30 question in reasoning, and then we have numerical ability, 26 question at numerical ability. In reasoning we had uh, like I guess most of the similar pattern according to the syllabus. Like it was not a very tough level. Like few question were was of tough level, but mostly the questions were of a moderate kind of question. Like if you are good at reasoning, like if you
Okay.
are good at solving a quantitative, if you have a good qualitative quantitative ability of solving question, then you can easily solve it, no problem. Then we had numerical ability. We had 26 question in numerical ability. That was all maths. like
Okay. So basically, if the whole cognitive ability section, that is the
yeah,
quantitative aptitude, reasoning, and verbal, the whole cognitive ability section was of moderate level, right?
yeah, right. It was not very
Anybody who,
easy, but
yeah,
it was
you need a little practicing, right? So
you
anybody
need a
who have
little
practiced
practice.
since a month or so can easily go through it, right?
Yeah, can easily go through it, no problem. Then we have a programming logic part. It had 10 question, and the question were related to pointers, arrays, and data structure part. So that question varied from 1 to 10. Like it was like some question were very easy, like you can have them within a seconds, and some question was like little complicated, so that you can think upon it. The coding, we had
Okay.
like two
Mm.
coding questions, and one coding question was pretty easy, pretty easy. Like it was
Can
like
you
a
remember what the whole question was?
I gave the exam in September. I'm not really remembering that question, but it was
Can
related
you?
to
Yeah.
it was related to array, I guess. Like the one first question was related to 2D array. Okay. And the second question was related to pointers and functions. Like the functions, class, and pointers was used. Like we had to make it accordingly. I
So
used Java and Python for two different code. Matlab, the first code I solved in Java, and the second code I did in Python. So
okay, and you were able to execute both the
yeah,
code, right?
yeah, I was able to
All the test cases were passed, right?
all the test cases was passed. Matlab, not at the first go. I was thinking on it, and ultimately it passed. So I was very confident at
Okay, okay,
after
sounds
giving
good,
the
sounds
exam.
good.
I
Yeah.
wasn't confident with the numericals ability and the reasoning part, but I was confident at my code. So I didn't knew how
Okay.
that portion went. So
And by the way, did Prepinsta Prime subscription helped you out throughout this exam? Like,
yeah. Ultimately, like I am telling, the only source for me to study was Prep Insta Prime. Like the every mock test which I give, like the 1 2 3 4, like continuously, it was the only thing which, as soon as I write P on my navigation bar, it the prepinsta.com appeared, and that's how it
okay,
went.
okay,
Yeah.
glad to get the feedback. So, guys, uh, just as Nasif told, the whole
Hmm.
TCS exam is basically basic to moderate level, not very
Yeah,
tough, right? If you're going for a
yeah.
ninja profile, and this was
Hmm.
this was exam based on ninja profile. Okay,
No,
but
no,
in
no, no.
digital
Actually,
profile,
I'm so sorry to disturb Adil. Actually, there is one exam only, NQT. And in that exam only, if you will be in the toppers list, like if you will be in on the top 10% of the people who have
Yeah, you will
performed
get qualified for digital.
for
Yeah,
digital, right?
yeah. We
Yeah.
know, we know. I was just about to tell you, but this exam
Yeah.
basically was hiring for ninja profile, and if you're in the
Yeah.
top 10 percentile, then you will get qualified for the digital exam.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was for
So
the ninja profile, and as Nasif mentioned,
uh,
he already had a subscription and he was preparing for it through like from some time, and he went through aptitude,
uh,
verbal, logical, and coding question. And since he was really good with coding, so it was really easy for him regarding the coding section. But for aptitude, verbal,
hmm,
he needed to prepare. So it's like
yeah.
a like reverse thing. Usually the people we get, they're not very proficient in coding. They are proficient in aptitude
Yeah.
verbal, but this time we have a guy who is proficient in coding, and from his perspective, you guys are getting to know what it's like that if you're good in coding, but you need to how you get confident with aptitude, verbal, and logical part.
Hmm, yeah.
Okay. And by the way, Nasib, one more thing: was there any negative marking in TCS NQT?
No, I don't think, like I don't think we had any like as soon as I gave the NQT exam, I was like I told I was very confident at the coding part, but uh, I wasn't. I thought that this wouldn't work. Like I have just messed things up around, and I won't be selected anyhow. But luckily, when I got the mail on 29 September, I was selected in the toppers list, the 10%
Okay.
toppers list. Okay, yeah.
Okay, great, great. So another good experience we are getting to know, guys.
Yeah.
So Nasib, like, what was there in the next part? Like, you got qualified
So
for.
yeah, I got a mail. It in that mail it was written that congratulations that you are selected for the toppers test, and I was confused what was toppers test. I again went to prep insta page and got to know, acha, we are selected for
Yeah,
digital
we
profile.
updated because we got lots of DM
The-
regarding what's
yeah.
TCS toppers test, and we were like, dude, it's digital. It's actually
Yeah.
digital exam. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So what was the whole experience, Nasif? Can you please
So
elaborate? Okay, so you got to know, and then
so around like I gave exam 15 September. I got the result in 29 September, and then on 10th of October I got a date for my digital exam. Like 10th of October, you are going to have digital exam. We have two coding question, and you have to solve it. So I was ready with my programming skill. I knew that I am going to do it. So as soon as the question came, the best part is this: a very good tip, like I guess everyone should know. We had a compiler issue. Hello, Adil sir, can you hear
yeah,
me?
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah, I can't see you. Like, can you guys just switch off your camera and then again turn on?
Okay, so I'm getting, it will get, refreshed with your internet connection. Otherwise, this whole life will get disturbed.
Acha, acha, acha. Okay, okay, no problem, no problem.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Hello.
we started having compiler issue with digital exam, right?
Okay, okay.
We had compiler issue with digital exam. So I was doing the code, and I was very confident with my code. The both of the code I did, I was very confident with my code that it will run, but it didn't pass any of the test case. Like it wasn't compiling only. So I had this issue, and as soon as I wasn't able to compile both of the code, and when I applied, matlab, after the exam ended, I applied the same code on my local machine and it was working. So I thought like what was the problem with my code, and why didn't the code I ran on my local machine that compiled. So I had a issue. I had a talk with one senior. He's currently working in TCS. So I called him. I asked him, okay, what is the issue? So he told me a very good tip, like that everyone should know. That's from the TCS itself. Like if you are writing some code in digital exam, that should be properly for compiling it effectively. You need to what we tell uh, uh, time complexity. You need to
Yeah, yeah,
reduce
yeah.
it
You need to manage.
complexity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you need to optimize the
you
whole time complexity
optimize
thing.
the whole code. Like it shouldn't be very complex code. And that's the moment I realized that my code was little complex. Like instead of using multiplication, you can use addition, because that's take less time. So something like that was in the code, and that was the only reason my code didn't work out. And from prep insta page only, like we I got to know that many of the people were facing the same issue. So I got a solution. I The solution came up in the mind, but the topper test didn't work good for me. Ultimately I got a mail that I wrote a mail that this was the issue, compiler issue, but I got a mail that your ninja interview will be going to take place. Yeah.
Okay, so it was a great thing to know, right? So all the
Yeah.
people who have been asking us like what happens after you give a digital exam and you don't get qualified. So guys,
uh,
you will still get a ninja interview mail, right?
yeah, right.
Okay, so you got the mail, and when did you get the mail, by the way?
uh 11th November was my interview, so I got around 9 to 8 November.
Okay, so 11th interview. So coming to your interview part now. So this
Mhm.
was a whole, experience thing, like you applied at TCS NQT, then you qualified for digital, then you went to digital, but you weren't able to, execute the codes there because of the time complexity thing. And guys, this is one of the most important tip that a guy from TCS digital experience can give you. Like, make
Mhm.
sure you are writing very, very optimized code,
Yeah.
right? That's the most
Avoid
important part.
loops, avoid loops.
Okay, and avoid loops as well. So guys,
Yeah.
coming to the now what the title says, interview experience. Okay, so Nasif, coming to the day of the interview, can you
Yeah.
tell us all about your interview experience? And by the way, which
Yeah.
platform it was going on? I suppose it was going on TCS Ion platform only, right?
No, no, no. In Microsoft Team itself.
Okay, Microsoft
The,
Teams. Okay, so
yeah,
it
Microsoft
happened on
Team.
Microsoft Teams. And what was the
Huh.
timing of your interview?
The timing was 11, around 11. Yeah, the morning part.
Okay, so 11 a.m., right?
Huh,
And how
11
many
a.m.
panelists were there?
There were like I had three rounds on the same date, like three rounds of
Okay.
interview on the same date. It was
Okay, so
11th
one pa-
November.
so there was this first interview, then second, then third, right? And I
Yeah.
suppose you
So
have written everything down, right? That's very good because sometimes
yeah, I
because we
have.
want users to know the whole deal, the actual deal. What were
Yeah,
the thing that were there,
I
right?
actually checked my mail and wrote every date, like what are the dates I had, so that it couldn't
That's
slip out of.
great, great, great. You
Exactly.
did
Yeah.
your homework right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Nasif, coming to the interviews, right? How did it start
Okay.
and how did it go?
Okay. So on the interview date, I was in my hostel. I locked the door and I was like very well dressed. Like if you are going for a good interview, like if you want to be a presentable, you need. I had my coat on. I had my shirt, the tie. Everything was on point for the interviewer to like have me like to know my knowledge, like what I know. Okay, so I was like dressed very professionally, and it was 11th November, and on exact time the interview came. His name was Aditya Mahajan. He So sir asked me like as soon as I went into TC, like the first question was to introduce myself. Sir asked me to introduce myself. I had a quick introduction where I told about my the technologies I know. Then I told upon the projects I have worked upon. I told about my extracurricular activities, and I show a little interest like of joining TCS. Like I showed the he didn't ask me, like I showed very good interest, like I want to like I'm looking forward in joining your
Yeah,
firm
yeah.
for the
That's
future.
very one of the key points that you should
Huh.
mention. That I'm looking forward to joining this organization. I'm really interested. That they'll
Yeah.
get to know. Okay, you are really interested. You're not just doing it because you need
Yeah.
a job or you
Ha
got
ha ha.
this,
Right.
right? You had
Perfect.
plans for this particular job, right? And
Right.
by the
Right.
way, when you introduce yourself, did you mention about your projects and internships? And what
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
there
Yeah. Yeah.
regarding these things? Like,
I guess like internship and projects are the two things like which every fresher should like give his time on. Like if you are doing some internship, like 6 month internship or any past experience or any projects which you have worked in, that's a really asset. Like when I said the interviewer that I
yeah,
had around 8 to 9 projects, he was really impressed at that particular moment. So
you had
he
8 to 9 projects.
yeah, I had my
Very
own
cool.
startup, so I had like I got an opportunity to work with different clients, so that's the only reason I had different projects.
Okay,
Yeah,
and guys, that's very cool that we got to know that you
huh,
started your own startup, and that's how you worked on
yeah,
different projects. So that is one of
yeah,
the very cool thing that we got to know. This is the
and
first time that we are getting a person who have started a startup as well.
huh.
Yeah,
And Adil sir, like for if someone from first year or second year or even third year, if they are watching this live, I just wanted to give a small tip. Like even if you get some internship not in your domain, like the internship is campus ambassador program or any internship which will increase your confidence because you connect with people, right? And when you connect with people, you get to know more about what's going on in the industry, what's the trending part. Like you will ultimately develop yourself. And even if you are from tier 3 college, you have that passion in you, so the interviewer can easily recognize that passion in you. So that's the only reason they are looking for. They are not looking for someone who can learn and spit it out, like someone who can memorize thing, and they are looking for someone who is very witty at situation, right? So yeah, sorry I
that's one of
got
the that's one of the very very important tip that anybody could give to other freshers,
yeah.
right? Because projects and internships, guys, just telling you one thing, there are two kind of freshers. First, who haven't done any project or internship, who is
Hmm.
actually a fresher, right, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Then there is a person who have done projects and internship, then he is considered experienced in the field of freshers, right?
Hmm.
And obviously
Right.
you will get more preference because, let's say for example,
Hmm.
you own an organization, right?
Hmm.
And you will have two choices, sorry, you will have two choices, right? A and B. Person A
Yeah.
is just having a resume mentioning team leader, key player, and all those
Hmm.
things.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then there's a person B who have skills for the job
Hmm.
that you want to hire them for, right? So
Hmm.
definitely you will go for a person B because you will take less time to train them, and
Hmm.
they will get to
Like
know
even if you
the
are,
things easily.
huh,
Yeah.
even if you are doing some internship without getting stipend, then go for it, man. Like go for it for the sake of experience. That would
Also,
really
just
work.
just letting users know, if you
Hmm.
get a 1 year Prime subscription or more than that, TCS
Yeah.
Ion Rio internship you will get with it for free of cost. We are already in partnership with TCS Ion Rio because last
Hmm.
year we had so many queries regarding internship. So we thought, why not we help you in getting an internship, right?
Hmm.
So you get the TCS Ion Rio internship, which in fact is a valuable certificate. Definitely, if you're going for a TCS interview and other
Hmm.
companies as well, because you'll be having a certificate from TCS Ion Rio, in which you will be making projects as well. So this will help you out in two ways. First, getting an internship and doing a project in that internship, right? So definitely your resume will get more
Whoa.
valuable. All right.
That
So
that's
Nasif,
that's
like
really
coming
great.
to coming to the interview part, Nasif, like please
Okay.
continue with the whole thing.
So I had my I I got, sorry for distraction, all over the ground. So coming to the interview part, like let's focus on that. Like I gave my introduction, and the interviewer was really impressed by that introduction itself. So he asked me to explain me about my projects, like the college project, like the latest project which I was working on, and I am a final year student, so we had a project. So I explained that project completely to him, like how does it work, and he listened very calmly. So if you are a person who like to talk to people, they will listen you. They will listen you for sure. They will know you more. So talk to them. Like don't even be like limited at giving answers. Like expand your like vision of answering. Okay. So I talked to him about the project and how that worked. Then he asked me little question with the database. He asked me about MySQL question. Then he asked me a question that what is the difference between view and table. Then he asked me little queries from MySQL. So I was a web developer person, so I knew the SQL query very well. So he asked me another question, and in the MySQL only, and I wasn't able to answer that question. So I simply said it that, sir, I'm so sorry, sir. Like this question isn't clicking my mind right now. Uh, can we move to the next part? Like, can we move to the next question? So he smiled and he was very kind. Like he said, okay, sure. Like, do you know about inheritance in programming? So I told, okay sir, yeah, I know about inheritance. I am familiar about inheritance, but before telling you about inheritance, I would like to tell about oops concept first, because that's where inheritance come. So I told about oops concept, so the complete concept, and he asked me that give a example of oops, like a very day to day regular example of oops concept. And then he asked about encapsulation. So if the live people want me to like tell the answer, like uh, what I answered, then I'll surely answer, like you can comment something.
Yeah,
Okay.
right now we are not seeing much activity on the comment actually.
Hello.
Hello, Nasif, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, Nasif, can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay, so right now people are not much interacting on this live section. I suppose they are watching the live, and we should move ahead because we have limited time, right?
Haha. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Okay, so then they asked me about oops concept and this question, and then the interviewer said, okay, so we are ending this round. We are ending the technical round. Now coming to your management round. Okay, so that was the interviewer only. Like he took my technical round as well as management round. Okay, so
okay,
what was the management round? In management round, he asked me a question like, suppose Thursday is a holiday, the company's holiday, and Saturday Sunday is ultimately a holiday, and Friday you are supposed to come to work. Like, will you come for work on Friday? So that was a very good question. So I told, and he also asked me a question that if you will come on Friday, then how you will distribute your day? Like, what would be your priority? Okay, how you will divide your work accordingly. So I answered him that I'll if the company wants me on Friday, then I'll definitely come on Friday. And how I will divide my work is I'll like uh, do things in a priority level from Monday to Wednesday. What are the things that happened, I'll cover that thing first, and then plan for the coming Monday, like what I'll be going to do. So I answered this, and then they asked me, okay, then they gave me another situation in which they asked me, okay, Saturday Sunday is a holiday, and you have some urgent work on Saturday Sunday, and the company wants you on Saturday Sunday. Then will you come to office, or like will you give priority to your personal work? So I said that I am a very workaholic kind of a person. If the company I am working for, I am serving the company, then even if the company wants me on Sunday, even the company wants me on Saturday, even the company wants me in like 12 a.m., I'll definitely come anyhow.
okay,
So
okay,
he
cool, cool.
he said that you are making a very big statement. Make sure you stick to that statement. So I said like, yeah, I know what I'm committing. I'll stick to that. So he said, okay, thank you. We are ending the management round. So you will hear from us soon. Yeah. So they ended the call, and then I was waiting for the next round. And like I wasn't waiting for the next round. I thought like the next round was the HR round. It will happen the day
Yeah,
after tomorrow or some other day.
yeah.
But within 10 minutes I got a mail that you are going to have your HR round also, like right now, in
Okay.
10 to
So
15 minutes
like
only.
coming to HR
Yeah.
round, what was there?
So HR round, as soon as the ma'am came, I saw a guy exiting at my at my video only. Like someone was saying thank you to the ma'am, and then I got in. And the first question why ma'am asked to introduce myself, I introduced myself again, and then ma'am said like, uh, okay, so you want to join TCS? Like, is it the first interview you are giving? So I told, yeah, it is my first interview. And then ma'am told me, okay, so why are you very much why TCS? So I told about I had done my background check on TCS. I have been familiar with TCS. So I told like it is the according to LinkedIn, like it is the best place to work in India right now. It is the best service company we have in India right now. So that's why TCS. And then she asked me, will you able to relocate yourself? Like I told, yeah, I'll be able to relocate. Then she told, okay, so any preferred location you have? So I told, no such preferred location, ma'am. I'll be able to relocate everywhere, but Bangalore will be my positive, will be my plus choice, like will be my
Priority
priority.
will be a priority.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So ma'am said, like, why Bangalore? Why Bangalore? Yeah. So I told guy, I like the weather. I like the people working with passion there. So that's all. But if the company wants me to relocate anywhere in the pan India, then I'll be comfortable with it. Then ma'am said that, do you have any active backlog? I said, no, I didn't
Mhm.
have any backlog. Do you have any education gap? I said, I didn't have any education gap. And ma'am said, okay, so that's the end of the interview. So
So
that's
that is
the,
how you wrapped all the three
yeah,
interviews, right?
yeah,
Okay.
that's how it wrapped.
And when did you get the result?
I gave the interview in 11th November. I got the offer letter on 2nd December.
Okay, on 2nd of December, right? It took
Yeah,
around a whole month, right?
yeah,
So
it
to
took
all the
around a
people
whole
that
month.
we keep telling people, right? If you
Uh-huh.
gave the interview like 15 to 20 days prior, then it will take
Yeah,
around 15 to 20 days at least for you
at
to get
least.
a
Yeah,
yeah, to get a mail from them, and max a
yeah,
month. That's it, guys. If you're not getting a
yeah.
mail within a month, that's it. That means that you should
Uh-huh.
move on and try for other opportunities. Okay, guys. So,
Yeah.
like that was the whole experience of Nasif
Uh-huh.
Arafat. Okay, that is how
Yeah.
Nasif got to know about TCS, then applied to TCS,
Uh,
prepared for it, then got through TCS, then qualified for digital, but wasn't able to qualify for through the exam. Then went back to TCS Ninja exam, sorry, TCS
uh,
Ninja interview. Then had three interviews, and that's how he cleared the whole thing. And he started
yeah.
around by the end of August, from the applying date to the to the selection date, December. So August, basically September, October, November, it took around 3 months for him to
Yeah.
reach to get a job from TCS, guys. So have
TCS.
some
Yeah.
patience, make sure you're
Yeah.
prepared enough, make
And
sure you're applying to jobs.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah, Nasif.
Adil sir, another thing is that, like, even if you are like thinking that TCS is giving 3.5 in Ninja profile, then don't dishearten, cause like when I joined the offer letter, like in our explore program is being ran by Insta, where you can do all the courses for free. And in that course, it is like a recent announcement is made, in which it is showing that, okay, you can upgrade your offer like before joining. Like my joining date is after I graduate, right? So I can like have from
Yeah,
Ninja.
there is a exam
Mm,
called Digital Compatibility Assessment, DCA,
yeah,
which
DCA.
anybody having a Ninja offer can give.
Yeah,
Okay, doesn't
can.
matter you have joined, doesn't matter you haven't joined, doesn't matter you have a
Huh,
project, doesn't matter you don't have a project. Anybody who
exactly,
have Ninja
exactly.
profile all around TCS can give the DCA exam. And also if you are
Yeah.
preparing for DCA, okay, since
Hmm,
Nasif have already the subscription and he's already
yeah.
preparing for it throughout the
Yeah, I'm
digital course.
preparing from Prep Insta only.
Okay,
Again.
so guys, if you are also going for a DCA exam or Wipro or anything, Wipro Turbo or anything,
Yeah.
get your Prime subscription today. So Nasif, let's
Hmm.
just solve few queries now, then we will wrap up
Okay,
the
okay.
whole session. All right. So
Perfect,
guys,
perfect.
again, first of all, there are few things. You need to first
Hmm.
of all know about job dates, and for that, go in our description, follow us on all social media platforms. And if you don't want to follow us on all social media platforms, which you should, at least follow us on Instagram, because we know you are surfing
Yeah.
Instagram daily, and we don't want you to miss out on any update. In case if you want to prepare for how to get prepared, get a Prime subscription. And if you want to know the quality of the videos and how we are teaching and stuff, there are lots of free videos we have uploaded on YouTube. You can go and check them out. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon, because we have more cool interview experience session coming along the way. We might come soon
Hmm.
for fintech companies like Morgan Stanley or American Express or Standard Charter. These kind of companies also will come live pretty soon for InfyTQ. We have few cool sessions lined up for you for InfyTQ. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and share it with your colleagues, TPO, college group, and be there, Masiha. Okay. So guys, we are going to take few questions. Please make sure to drop whatever queries you have in the chat section. We will take it from there. So Sahil is asking, what's your college name, Nasif?
Uh, my college name is Vidya College of Engineering. It's a AKTU affiliated college. It's not. It's a call. The university is Abdul Kalam Technical University, Lucknow. It is in Meerut. Okay.
Okay, so you're from Vidya College in Meerut, which
Oh,
is affiliated from
yeah.
AKTU University, right?
AKTU University.
Yeah, previously known as UPTU.
UPTU. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody is asking, does CGPA matters?
I guess CGPA doesn't matter. If you are crossing the eligibility test like 60% in 10th, 60% in 12th, and 60% in graduation, then you are totally fit for TCS. Like they won't question you much
Okay.
about.
So guys, in
Yeah.
in a brief, we can tell you the whole Prepinsta fam can tell you that at
Hmm.
least have above 60% throughout
Yeah.
in your 10th, 12th,
Exactly.
and in your graduation. And if you have any backlog, make sure
Hmm.
you clear
Please
them
clear it.
out, because if worst case scenario, you can have
Hmm.
one backlog, because there are companies who may allow
Huh.
one backlog, but please clear them out before applying to any drive. Okay. Is coding very much important for ninja profile?
Uh, Partially, yes. It's important. Like if you are
Yeah.
going getting for a associate software
So
engineer trainee
Sunita,
position,
yeah, yeah.
so
So
you need to have a coding skill. Like not
okay,
a great coding skill that you will learn with time. Like initially, you need to have the basic clear.
okay. So Sunita, we are going to answer you in a very clear manner.
Hmm.
There is a weightage in every exam, right? Marks weightage in every exam, and in every MNC exam, the most weightage is given to a coding section.
Right.
And Sunita, it's not an engineering exam that you need 33% to clear it out. There are
Hmm.
already lakhs of people applying to it, and they have certain amount of vacancies there, and they are definitely going to go for the people who are good first, right? So it's not like you just need to clear out the exam. In order to get selected, you need to bring out the
Hmm.
best, right? You need to clear out
Right.
coding section, you need to clear out aptitude, you need to clear out verbal, you need to clear out reasoning. Okay, with
Hmm.
good marks, if you leave out any section, there will be people, there are going to be 20% people who are going to do very good in coding. So
Hmm.
definitely TCS will go for those 20% first. And we don't want you to come along to us on Instagram DM and ask us, I haven't done my coding section, whether I get selected or not. We are very sorry, my friend. But in order to get into an MNC, at least you should be knowing
Hmm.
coding. If you don't, then get started today. What are you waiting for? Okay, there is a particular scenario in which you can get selected, like even if you don't attempt coding, then that you should be having 100 percentile in your cognitive ability section, like in aptitude verbal logical, which is very hard, like solving every question right.
Hmm.
Then you'll be
There
able to
are
match up the
hundred of
marks.
free website in internet. Like I use Codecademy for learning new codes,
Hmm.
like new languages. So you can try those. It's
Yeah.
free of cost and very UI UX or very
We also have a page
uh,
called 100 code top 100 codes. You just
yeah.
Google it out, top 100 codes Prepinsta, and you will find the page. Okay, I suppose
Hmm.
Shivangi is moderating the chat. Shivangi, can you also drop the link of top 100 codes right here in the chat section? Guys, you can check out the page. It's free of cost. We have all the basic questions that could be there in Accenture, Wipro, TCS, or any company. Those questions are there. Make sure you practice out those top 100 codes. At least we can definitely tell you that you are going to clear out at least one MNC. Okay, so somebody is asking, uh, also do let us know how, as I haven't done internship but neither have pretty good project, what would you suggest?
uh, if you didn't have any internship and you didn't work on any project, like the first question which the interviewer asked, like even if you didn't had your internship is a priority based thing, but suppose for some reason you didn't have it, like please from today onwards, like start with
Yeah,
some project. Yeah.
yeah. Start with
So
some
the
project
first
and
question,
start with an internship.
yeah, first what is the project you have worked on, and then you will be blank, you will have nothing to say. That's where the bad impression come into picture, right?
Okay, so basically, Nasif, the first question will be about projects and internship,
Huh.
right? So,
Yeah,
guys,
the
now
first
you can
question will
know,
be.
like, basically what impact it have on your interview, right? It's going to be the
Yeah,
key pointers that are going to be there in your interview, that are going to be the gossip of the interview, right? The
like
pointers that.
in Wipro also, even before my introduction, they asked me about what are the projects you
Okay, guys, so this is one of
have.
the key pointers. We keep telling you,
Yeah.
right? Get certifications, get projects done, and get internship. And by the way, you can get all those things on a Prime subscription. Get a Prime subscription of more than a year. Get internships, get certification, get a skill, get projects, all the things. Okay, and that will make sure of you getting a selection, and it will increase it by 3x or 5x time, right? And guys, we have dropped the top 100 quotes link down there in the chat section. So, guys, I suppose that will be it for this session. It was
Yeah.
really, really nice. And Nasif, thanks a lot. You dropped the really cool facts along the line and you helped us out learning new
Thank you
to
so much.
a whole new
Glad.
experience.
Yeah, glad to share my experience of, like, if any one of you get help from my side, then I am like really open to help anyone
Yeah,
who
Nasif
gets
is
that help.
already there on our Telegram discussion forum and on our
Yeah,
Discord portal. Okay, you can come
as
and
well as
join
on
us.
WhatsApp.
Yeah. So you can come and join us on our Telegram portal. Have a discussion with Nasif. I'm also there most of the
Sure.
time. I personally am present on Telegram groups. Okay, so if you
Hmm.
want to have a discussion, come join us on Telegram. All the links are down in the description. So I guess we'll be wrapping the session. It was
Okay.
really nice, guys. We'll be coming along with cool sessions very soon. Okay,
Yeah.
so we will see you soon enough. Bye bye. Have a great evening.